Here at Mowers and Blowers, we push them into the garage, but they come out driving. It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Beautiful day today. It's around noon. Took me so long because the stock that I purchased, Nikola, they decided to merge with General Motors to build their new Badger pickup truck. So as a result, my stock has shot up $17 a day, and I'm basking in the success, you know. So the stock market's doing actually pretty lousy, but because of the news for Nikola, it's up pretty big. I was about to sell it too. Anyway, as you guys saw from yesterday's episode, the transmission pulley on this one, the top lip is completely rusted away, which is why the drive belt flies right off. It gets mangled and shredded and just flies right off. So I had a bunch of choices. Either I swap this transmission for another one, which I don't want to do. I meant to get this tractor with doing a pulley swap to make it go faster anyway, since I wasn't able to do it on the front because I didn't have a front pulley that would fit that crankshaft, right? This gives me the perfect opportunity to do what I did with the Desert Sand Lt2000 project, where I just took a mower deck pulley that's about yo big, right? And it has a hole in it. I could drill another hole in it, drill it into the existing rusted transmission pulley, right? And then get a shorter belt and loop it around that. I think that would work. I'm gonna first try to take this old pulley off though, you know, but being it's rusted in that condition, I highly doubt it's gonna come off, you know. If it doesn't just pop off with my hands like that, I'm just gonna take the mower deck pulley and try to bolt it on somehow. So, I'm gonna have to take this battery out, take the battery box out, and have access to the top of the transmission pulley, where I'm gonna try to drill a couple of holes in there and find some bolts and nuts to bolt that pulley onto the big pulley. And then find a short belt that would fit on this thing for it to work. So as you can see, I put that deck pulley on top of there, drilled 2 holes, bolted it down. I had to take this back panel off because I couldn't reach. As you can see, this top lip of the transmission pulley is completely gone. It's done-ski! Well, anyway, banged this part down so that the new belt wouldn't rub. It's not exactly centered. It'll probably wobble a little, but it's just the belt and the pulley, not the wheels, right? So it ought to be aight. You can see washers on both sides and impacted down. So I'm gonna flip this tractor on its side and try to fit a belt from this box of belts I have. Out of all these belts, 5 of them were exactly the same as the drive belt for an LT1000. So I have 5 drive belts. Anybody wants a drive belt for an LT1000, let me know. I've got 5 of them. They're all exactly the same size. So I found this John Deere one, see? This John Deere one I got from Stephen Becker from that box of parts. Okay, so this was the only one that was long enough and short enough, if that makes any sense, right? So it goes around this pulley and goes around the tension one, but it can't fit over the idler one, which I don't need. So it's nice and tight, okay? And then if I apply the brakes, right, it loosens it. So when the brakes are on, it won't move. And then when I let go, it'll tighten. But I bypass this idler altogether because it's just not strong enough to, it's just not long enough to fit over this one. You know, it'd be too tight. So I'm just not using this one. You know, as long as I got this one to tighten the belt, that's all I need. But I am a little worried about the fact that it's kind of rubbing on this thing over here. Unless, if it works, I'll remove this entire thing here, you know, so that it won't rub. I think that would work. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a try now. Oh, I can't give it a try yet. I didn't put the battery back on yet. Okay guys, put the battery on. It's in neutral. Stepping on the brake. Holy cow. Alright, I'm gonna start it. Choke. Huh. Weird. What I do? I was wondering what that mark was. Kind of like dragged it, whatever. And it was the cable for the deck engagement. It was hanging, got caught on the wheel and dragged it. Just stuffed it over here for now. So how about it? Not using that idler pulley worked because the belt was so much shorter, but it works. When it's in 6-speed, it's really fast. The brakes don't work though. So I'm gonna have to take off the wheel and check out the brake calipers. We might have to unseize the pistons inside the caliper for the brakes to work. But how about it, huh? Runs and drives. Pretty fast too. So as soon as I make a video and say, hey, you guys aren't buying my stickers anymore, I'm gonna have to take a few days off because I gotta go do something else and make some more money because I can't live on sticker sales. Sure enough, after I say that, thanks to Richard Flores from Phoenix, Arizona for buying a couple of stickers, as well as Mark Lavasolo from Seymour, Connecticut for buying one of my holographic stickers. I'm thinking about a new type of sticker design that I'm working on. That's gonna be hot. Also, thanks to my friend Nick from West Islip, Nick Irardi, I think I got it, for donating some money to the channel. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go to the church right now, and the church parking lot is where I meet people, so those nuts don't come to my house, you know what I mean? Hey, this thing doesn't work, you know, I know where you live. No, you don't. We're meeting at a church. I'm selling that 522 Craftsman old green snowblower, you know, the single stage one. Oh, it's got ugly written all over it, but it starts up all the time and it works just fine. I had it listed for $45. I'm selling it to some nut here locally in Huntington for 30 bucks. Yes, I know, the electric start I could get 30 bucks for too, but then I'd have to take it apart and list it and then send it and all that stuff. 30 bucks to get rid of the whole machine, you know? Just get rid of the snowblowers. Any amount of money, I'll take it. Just come and get them. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to sell a snowblower. Granted, I'm only getting 30 bucks out of it, but I found it on the street. So I'm back. I'm relieved I sold that snowblower. Another snowblower out of my arsenal. Yeah, I know, I only got 30 bucks for it. I mean, an apple turnover, caramel macchiato, a couple of bags of chips, a couple of sodas. That's it. It's gone. 30 bucks. Out of here. All I got left from that is a pocket full of change. You know what I'm saying? 30 bucks doesn't buy you a whole lot here if you guys are from New York. You know what I mean? Everything's freaking expensive. You know what I mean? But you know what? Got rid of my snowblower. I'm very happy. I sold it to a flipper too. I'm like, oh, you seem to know quite a bit about it, right? He's like, oh yeah, I just buy them cheap, I fix them, and I sell them. Hopefully we'll get a lot of snow this year. I'm like, yeah, I know, I hope. 30 bucks for that thing? If you're a flipper, that's a lot of money to pay for that thing, you know what I mean? If you're a true flipper, you gotta get that for free. That's right, free. I got it for free. Anyway, about a year ago, I had a Cub Cadet that I made 2 Cub Cadets into one. Well, I stripped the one that I didn't use, the carcass, threw it out, but I kept most of the parts. The steering column, steering sector, and the rotating thingamajig that attaches the tie rods to the wheels, I just sold that last night for, get this, $79.99 on eBay, plus $37 shipping. So the guy paid me like $126, right? I had to find a box to fit it in. And then Quinn the mailman's gonna pick this up tomorrow. Surprisingly, going to Michigan, right, from New York, priority mail was only $14.50. So look, I made about $22 on the shipping and $79.99 for the piece that I was gonna throw away. It sat in my bin of parts for like a year. Didn't think any nut would want to buy it. But how about that, huh? 120 bucks in my PayPal account, boom, just like that. From crap I didn't even know I had, you know what I'm saying? So if you guys have parts, give eBay a try. You want to make a little bit extra cash? Shove it onto eBay, man. It's free to list. You got nothing to lose. Well, eBay and PayPal probably took 30 bucks of that money for the fees and stuff, but hey, without them, you wouldn't have sold it, right? So you got to look at it that way. Money in your pocket from junk. Let's get to this brake job, huh? So I just jacked it up, pulled this little rubber cover off. All you need is a screwdriver to get that E-clip off. Then a bunch of washers come out, right? And then hopefully you can just pull it off. That is, if they put anti-seize on the axle beforehand. Yeah, boy! And then the key in the keyway. Remember not to lose that. Or I should say that to myself. Hey, Henry, don't lose that. So there be the brake assembly right there. Can you guys see that? You know what? I'm going to switch you guys to a smaller tripod. Look at that view, huh? Who goes through the trouble of doing this? To give you guys a great view. Only Henry at Mowers and Blowers. I'm using some penetrating oil here from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. Pretty excited about the NFL season starting. 2 games on Thursday, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. My son joined a fantasy league, but they all agreed that if no football actually happens or a decrease in games due to COVID, whatever, that they will decrease. They will return the money that they used to ante up the fantasy football. Now it'll be a shame if that happens, because you know it's going to happen. Because in baseball, you have a bunch of players that, you know, come down with it, whatever, and then they quarantine themselves for a few days and they, you know, postpone a couple of games. It's a pain. Just wear your damn mask, man. We'll be done with it. Jesus. So many people out there, man, who don't believe in it, thinks it's still a hoax. Just wear the damn mask. We'll be done with it. Shit. I'm going to let that soak for a bit, and hopefully we can get those bolts out. So the middle one is about an half-inch socket. This is the adjustment to make it tighter, this bolt tighter into where the brake pads are. The 2 side ones are to hold it in place, the caliper. So I'm just going to try. Think it, that move? Yeah. Cool. Okay. So now I'm going to switch it to a 10 millimeter. I don't know if it's really 10 millimeter, but it seems to fit better. I'm going to go slow. Let's see if it turns. Nice. Usually you strip these because I think they put Loctite in them or something. Or that's a bonus right there for that to work, you know. I'm going to spray some lube inside of it. Because honestly, you know, you need the lube just to get it in there. All right, now that's 2. Let's get the third one out. If I can get this third one out, it'll be golden. Turned. Oh, shoot. See that? Broke it. That sucks. That's trouble. That's big trouble. Well, you know what? I didn't have brakes anyway, so I had nothing to lose, really. Let's remember what happened here. This thing hooked onto that bolt. This thing is on this side. I'll pull this off. Let this thing hang. Holy cow, I wonder. So what usually happens is, if you can just see here, right? There's 2 pistons here that are inside the caliper, and they're like totally rusted. I mean, there's globs of rust on there, you know? So this is not gonna, the pistons are not gonna freely move in and out, you know? So I'm gonna remove this caliper and use penetrating oil with these pistons, see? And we're gonna try to bang these pistons out, then grind them down, grind the rust down, grease them, put this back. I'll have to try to drill this hole out or something. What a pain. You know, it's not even moving though. I think it's because of that. It's still stuck on this side. I'm just going to move it around a little bit. There it goes. There it goes. So look, the brake caliper itself is fine. Yes, that's the way it's made. Brake pad fell down, and it looks like it was hardly used. You know, you can see the wear right there, but there's not much wear at all. So this brakes were hardly used. You could tell because look at the rotor. Moves freely. Cool. You know what? Look at this. The thing is still sticking out. Oh. So I think maybe as long as one side is on there tight, right? I don't want to cut this, right? And then drill it out. Maybe I should try to get that out, huh? Try to get that out, and if it doesn't work, I'll weld it on there, or I'll Loctite it on there. That ought to work. Because one side is on already. You really just need one side really strong. As long as the stud is still here, keeps it in place. But if you Loctite, it'll stay in place. At least that's what I'm going to do, because you know, it's not like this tractor is brand new or anything. It's a hauler. That's all it is. Let's see what I come up with. Been at this a while. I've drowned this entire area full of penetrating oil, and I've been taking a center punch, hole punch, and just tapping it all the way down. Wouldn't move at all until I got the big chisel out, right? And it looks like they're starting to move along with this sledgehammer. I almost knocked this whole table down, but I pushed this one in using the vise that I got from Nate Wagner from St. James, Minnesota. I've been using this vise a lot more than I thought I would, you know? Yeah, you know, when you don't have it, you know, you use it, you know? So this one actually touches both. One of them's moving better than the other. Looks like I'm gonna get this. I think they're both flush now in there. So now I'll take the center punch, so I don't mushroom it out. Boom! It's one. This one's tough. You see a spark? This one's giving me a hard time. It's pushed out, but it's just not moving.
Don't hurt your hand, Henry.
Damn it. Damn it. Yeah, it's tough.
Oh my God, Henry, what are you doing?
Hey. Hey. Now it's flush. It went down. So I'm going to try to push it out this way. Penetrating oil. I'm telling you, I don't know what they put this stuff, some chemical reaction, whatever. Works great. Just splattered it all over my face. Here we go. Yeah! Where'd they go? All right, there we go. There be the pistons, all rusted and stuff. So I'm gonna put this on a grinder and grind it clean. Uh-oh. Shoot. I think the wire wheel will be better, even though I don't have a wire wheel. But I'm gonna try this buffer. No, that's not gonna work. I have to get a wire wheel. I don't have a wire wheel attachment to this thing. Instead of this buffer, I would like a wire wheel one better. Or I could just use my hands. It takes a little longer, but we can get her done. After I clean that, got like this rounded file. See? The rounded file in the hole. Just do some grinding. As long as you clean out this area there, right? See if this piston goes right in there and moves. There we go, look at that. See the piston freely move with my hands? Just gotta clean that out. And that doesn't fit because I didn't do it yet, so look. Grind out the holes. Man, it won't come out now. Yeah, that'll be good. Smooth, bros. Look at that. Put some grease in there. We're good to go. Now, what am I gonna do about? What am I gonna do about that bolt now, though? So I've tried everything to get this off. Vice grips, monkey wrench. It's just the space. It's just with this rotor there, and this rotor won't come off too because it's seized. I mean, it's seized on there. You know, it moves, but you're not gonna get that rotor off. You know, it's splined, whatever. So I can't get this bolt off. As you know, I sprayed penetrating oil there. I'm gonna get that penetrating off with some brake parts cleaner from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. I'm gonna get that brake cleaner off of there, clean it. Let it dry or wipe it off. And then I'm gonna use this right there, Thread Locker Red, which is like Loctite Red. Trust me, you'll never get that off ever again. So I'm gonna use this, put that on there, and that'll be one side. I'll be able to screw in the other side, hopefully. And then we got these new freely loosened pistons that move back and forth. We'll reassemble this. Got some red and tacky spray grease from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. And I'm just gonna put some right around here. That's more than enough. And then put this plate, put the plate back in here. There's a plate, right? It goes right in there. It helps push both of them at the same time. And then this goes like that. So swirl marks are upward. Put the brake pad back in here. And we'll just reinstall it like that. Let me get some red Loctite. Put it right on there. I've cleaned that area. Holy cow. Never ever get it off again. Ever. So here we go. I put it all back. And believe it or not, that Loctite seems to work very well. I even put the broken bolt, put some Loctite on it. And I actually screwed it in pretty tightly. So that's just in to hold this thing, you know what I mean? But that's on there really tight. So you can use this to adjust. I have to put the wheel back on, get it off the jacks and try it first, and then turn this bolt clockwise to tighten, counterclockwise to loosen, okay? This middle bolt is the adjustment. So you can actually stick your hand in there and get a 1/2-inch wrench and you could turn it by hand without taking the wheel off again, you know? So that's what we'll do. Put the wheel back on. A little bit of spray grease on the keyway. That way the keyway has a place to sit also and slide in easily. Tire back on. line up the hole, line up the key right there. Shove it in there like that. Whoop. Couple of washers go on top of it. And the C-clip or E-clip. There we go. This black thing back on there again. That's surprisingly easy. Usually you gotta fight it. Take it down off the jack. Go for a spin and check out the breakage. Been using my grass scraper, scraping off all the rust. This thing is a rust bucket. I don't know if any paint will really, well, paint will help it out, but I mean, this is really bad. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm not gonna take too much stock in this project because it's in such bad condition. We can only do what we can to make it look presentable. Go out for a test drive and see if the brakes work. You gotta be careful right around here because you'll scratch your marbles and then, holy cow, get gonorrhea, you know what I mean? GoPro, stop. So here we go. Let's go for a test drive. Choke. Almost. I think I did the valves on this. So there we go, fellas. Another successful episode of wrenching. We got that engine on there. This thing runs and drives just great. Engine runs great. Today we fixed the brakes too. Man, oh man. What color should I paint it? Remember, it's really a rust bucket, so I don't really want to spend a whole lot of money on the paint. You know what I mean? I don't know if a brand new paint job is gonna really, I mean, it'll definitely help it much, but I'm thinking about getting a couple of cans of primer, you know, really good primer to fill the rust and stuff, and just do what I've always wanted to do, which is have a white tractor, you know, just straight white. That would look kind of interesting, huh? That's what I'll do. I'll get like 4 cans of 98-cent quick color white gloss spray paint and a couple of cans of primer. Because it's a gray machine, you're gonna need to primer it pretty well. Maybe I should get some white paint that has primer in it already. That might be even cheaper, you know? You know, instead of buying 4 cans of gloss white, just get a really good, like a 2 times Rust-Oleum white, maybe 2 or 3 cans of that. That ought to take care of it. I'll mask out the stickers. We'll just do a white one. Keep the black there, but everywhere it's gray, we'll do it white. What do you think of that? Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember, support the channel, fellas. Buy a sticker, donate $1 or 2, paypal.me/mowers and blowers. Every dollar counts. Like my friend Nick Irardi sent me $1. Hey, if everybody sent me $1, man, that would really be good. You could afford $1, right? paypal.me/mowers and blowers. Do it. I don't do no Patreon stuff either, you know, because I don't know how. But the paypal.me works. $1. Anyhow, thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode, fellas. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
See you guys next time.